Hey guys, Vedaton and welcome to Skyfusions Killing Game, Chapter 4, where I've taken every single Skylander from this bit of the killing game and put them in a killing game. Well, let's see where we go. Oh, yep, whoops. Yep, that's better. Let's proceed. Steamed Broccoli Guy. Investigation begins to discover clues about the killer. And like always, who's ready for reading? Barrel Blaster votes for Supercharged Stealth Elf. Big Bear for Bubbleform votes for Sky Scrambler. Blastertron votes for Supercharged Barrel Blaster. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Dark Spyro 3 votes for Double Trouble. Dynarang votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Double Trouble votes for Sky Scrambler. E3 Hotstreak votes for Kingpin. Cuckoo Clocker votes for Grillmaster. Fisticuffs votes for Legendary Bouncer. Evolved Golden Queen votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Legendary Bouncer. Evolved Tussle Sprout votes for Sky Scrambler. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Legendary Light Grim Creeper. Grillmaster Chop Chop votes for E3 Hotstreak. Hardboiled Flarewolf votes for E3 High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Smolderdash. King Cobra Kadabra votes for Dark Spyro 3. Kingpin votes for Dynarang. Legendary Bouncer votes for Terrafin 3. Legendary Deja Vu votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Legendary Light Grim Creeper votes for Big Bear for Bubbleform. Legendary Trigger Happy votes for T-Rex. Lightcore Flashwing votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Lightcore Jetpack votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Evolved Supercharged 3 Sheep. Mystic Cat votes for Super Shot Stealth Elf. Mystic Star Strike votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Mystical Bad Juju votes for Mystic Cat. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Super Shot Stealth Elf. Polar Whirlwind votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Punk Shock votes for Evolved Fisticuff. Rune Slider votes for Big Bear for Bubbleform. Sky Scrambler votes for Mystic Star Strike. Smolder Dash votes for Humpback. Super Shot Stealth Elf votes for Lightcore Jetpack. Supercharged Barrel Blaster votes for Hardboiled Flarewolf. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Mr. Cat. Swarm votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Terrafin 3 votes for Lightcore Prison Break. Thump Truck votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Thumpback votes for A3 Hotstreak. T-Rex votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Tri-Tip votes for Rune Slider. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Legendary Bouncer. Whirlwind 3 votes for Evolved Tussle Sprout. Zulu votes for Lightcore Jetpack. Ties between E3 Hotstreak, Legendary Bouncer, Sky Scrambler, Super Stealth Elf. I want it to be Super Shot Stealth Elf because that will be hard to name. E3 Hotstreak. On to Chapter 2. Evolved Tussle Sprout. An investigation begins to discover clues about the killer. Barrel Blaster votes for Hardboiled Flarewolf. Big Bear for Bubbleform votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Blastertron votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Dynarang. Dark Spyro 3 votes for Double Trouble 2. Dynarang votes for Thump Truck. Double Trouble votes for Terrafin. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Fisticuffs votes for Kingpin. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Polar Whirlwind. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Mr. Cat. Evolved Wolfgang votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Grillmaster Chop Chop votes for Hardboiled Flarewolf. Hardboiled Flarewolf votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Mr. Cat. King Cobra Kadabra votes for Zulu. Kingpin votes for Barrel Blaster. Legendary Bouncer votes for Double Trouble 2. Legendary Deja Vu votes for Hardboiled Flarewolf. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Sky Scrambler. Legendary Trigger Happy votes for Swarm. Lightcore Flashwing votes for Tri-Tip. Lightcore Jetpack votes for Polar Whirlwind. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Big Bear for Bubbleform. Mystic Cat votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Mystic Star Strike votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Mystical Bad Juju votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Dark Spyro 3. Polar Whirlwind votes for Dynarang. Punk Shock votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Lightcore Jetpack, don't know where I got Trigger Happy from. Rune Slider votes for Mystic Star Strike. Sky Scrambler votes for Hardboiled Flarewolf. Smolder Dash votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Super Shot Stealth Elf votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Supercharged Barrel Blaster votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Kingpin. Swarm votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Terrafin 3 votes for Swarm. Thump Truck votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creep. Lightcore Flashwing. Thumpback votes for Polar Whirlwind. T-Rex votes for Blastertron. Tri-Tip votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Whirlwind votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Zulu votes for Mystic Star Strike. Hardboiled Flarewolf. Supercharged Sea Shadow. Both long names. Hardboiled Flarewolf. On to Chapter 3. Lightcore Flashwing. Barrel Blaster votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Big Bertha Bubbleform votes for Terrafin Free. Blastertron votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Dark Slaughter votes for Swarm. Dark Spyro votes for Evolved Cuckoo Clocker. Dynarang votes for Zulu. Double Trouble votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Evolved Fistgust votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Barrel Blaster. Drill Master Chop Chop votes for Polar Whirlwind. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Evolved Golden Queen. King Cobra Kadabra votes for Mystical Bad Juju. King Pen votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Legendary Bouncer votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Legendary Deja Vu votes for Humpback. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Supercharged Shrew. Legendary Trigger Happy votes for Polar Whirlwind. Lightcore Jetpack votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Mr. Cat votes for Polar Whirlwind. Mystic Star Strike votes for Smolder Dash. Mystical Bad Juju votes for Barrel Blaster. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Kingpin. Polar Whirlwind votes for Rune Slider. Punk Shock votes for Mystic Star Strike. Rune Slider votes for Thumpback. Sky Scrambler votes for Terrafin Free. Smolder Dash votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Super Shot Stealth Elf votes for Dynarang. Supercharged Barrel Blaster votes for Rune Slider. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Swarm votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Terrafin Free votes for Kingpin. Thump Truck votes for King Cobra Kadabra. Thumpback votes for Legendary Prison Break. Tree Rex votes for Evolved Fistgust. Tri-Tip votes for Mystical Bad Juju. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Terrafin Free. Whirlwind Free votes for Grill Master Chop Chop. Zulu votes for Mysticat. Mystical Bad Juju receives the most kill. He is killer. And is... wrong gender. Sue me. Please don't. On to Chapter 4. Lightcore Jetvac and Supercharged Barrel Blaster. Investigation begins. Barrel Blaster votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Big Bertha Bubblefawn votes for Dark Spyro. Blastertron votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Double Trouble. Dark Spyro votes for Blastertron. Dynarang votes for Dark Spyro. Double Trouble votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Whirlwind. Evolved Fistgust votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Smolder Dash. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Tri-Tip. Grill Master Chop Chop votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Thump Truck. King Cobra Kadabra votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. King Pen votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Legendary Bouncer votes for Lightcore Grim Creeper. Legendary Deja Vu votes for Blastertron. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Polar Whirlwind. Legendary Trigger Happy votes for Dark Spyro. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat votes for Thump Truck. Mystic Star Strike votes for Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Polar Whirlwind. Polar Whirlwind votes for Zulu. Punk Shock votes for Mystic Star Strike. Rune Slider votes for Sky Scrambler. Sky Scrambler votes for Dynarang. Smolder Dash votes for Legendary Bouncer. Super Shot Stealth Elf votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Rune Slider. Swarm votes for King Cobra Kadabra. Terrafin Free votes for Mr. Cat. Thump Truck votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Thumpback votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Tree Rex votes for Dark Spyro. Tri-Tip votes for Smolder Dash. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Thump Truck. Whirlwind votes for Dark Spyro. Zulu votes for Whirlwind. And it is Dark Spyro. He is killer and is killed. On to Chapter 5. Legendary Deja Vu. Barrel Blaster votes for Double Trouble. Big Bertha Bubblefawn votes for Smolder Dash. Blastertron votes for Lightcore Grim Creeper. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Swarm. Dynarang votes for Lightcore Prison Break. Double Trouble votes for Kingpin. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Kingpin. Evolved Fistgust votes for Fisticat. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Polar Whirlwind. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Punk Shock. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Grill Master Chop Chop votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Barrel Blaster. King Cobra Kadabra votes for Grill Master Chop Chop. King Pen votes for Thump Truck. Thumpback. Legendary Bouncer votes for Lightcore Prison Break. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Legendary Bouncer. Legendary Trigger Happy votes for Kingpin. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Grill Master Chop Chop. Mystic Cat votes for Polar Whirlwind. Mystic Star Strike votes for Sky Scrambler. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Polar Whirlwind votes for Zulu. Punk Shock votes for Legendary Trigger Happy. Rune Slider votes for Smolder Dash. Sky Scrambler votes for Blastertron. Smolder Dash votes for Rune Slider. Super Shot Stealth Elf votes for Sky Scrambler. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Swarm votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Terrafin votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Thump Truck votes for Mystic Star Strike. Thumpback votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Tree Rex votes for Thumpback. Tri-Tip votes for Swarm. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Smolder Dash. Whirlwind votes for Sky Scrambler. Zulu votes for Terrafin. Tie between Kingpen, Legendary Trigger Happy, Sky Scrambler, and Smolder Dash. Sky Scrambler. Legendary Trigger Happy. On to Chapter 6. King Cobra Kadabra and Tree Rex. Barrel Blaster votes for Mystic Starstrike. Big Bertha Bubble Form votes for Mystic Starstrike. Blastertron votes for Lightcore Grim Creeper. Lightcore Prison Break. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Thumpback. Giant Rang votes for Whirlwind. Double Trouble votes for Mystic Starstrike. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Double Trouble. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Double Trouble. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Lightcore Prison Break. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Grillmaster Chop Chop. Grillmaster Chop Chop votes for Thumpback. Iron Moon Trigger Happy votes for Rune Slider. Kingpen votes for Tri-Tip. Legendary Bouncer votes for Thump Truck. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Lightcore Prison Break votes for Zulu. Mystic Cat votes for Lightcore Prison Break. Mystic Starstrike votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Nitro Stealth Singer votes for Terrafin. Polar Whirlwind votes for Lightcore Bouncer. Legendary Bouncer. Technically Bouncer's a Lightcore. Punk Shock votes for Rune Slider. Rune Slider votes for Whirlwind. Sky Scrambler votes for Grillmaster Chop Chop. Smolder Dash votes for Big Bertha Bubblethorn. Super Shot Stealth votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Thumpback. Swarm votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Terrafin Free votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Thump Truck votes for Kingpen. Thumpback votes for Tri-Tip. Tri-Tip votes for Barrel Blaster. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Whirlwind Free votes for Kingpen. Zulu votes for Mysticat. Lightcore Prison Break. Mystic Starstrike. Prison Break. Prison Break! No, it's not because I hate him. I don't hate him, I just don't love him. On to Chapter 7. Super Shot Stealth Elf. At least I won't have to be stumbling on her name anymore. Barrel Blaster votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Big Bertha Bubblethorn votes for Blastertron. Blastertron votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Swarm. Dynarang votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Dark Spyro votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Thumpback. Evolved Fisticuff votes for Punk Shock. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Legendary Bouncer. Grillmaster Chop Chop votes for Dark Slobbertooth. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Grillmaster Chop Chop. Kingpen votes for Dynarang. Legendary Bouncer votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Terrafin Free. Mystic Cat votes for Polar Whirlwind. Mystic Starstrike votes for Grillmaster Chop Chop. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Double Trouble 2. Polar Whirlwind votes for Big Bertha Bubblethorn. Punk Shock votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Rune Slider votes for Double Trouble. Sky Scrambler votes for Legendary Bouncer. Smolder Dash votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Grillmaster. Swarm votes for Thumpback. Terrafin votes for Double Trouble. Thumpback. Thump Truck votes for Wolfgang. Thumpback votes for Tri-Tip. Tri-Tip votes for Mystic Starstrike. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Tri-Tip. Whirlwind votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. And Zulu votes for Grillmaster Chop Chop. Grillmaster Chop Chop. He is the killer and is executed. On to Chapter 8. Punk Shock and Polar Whirlwind. Barrel Blaster votes for Thump Truck. Big Bertha Bubblethorn votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Blastertron votes for Thumpback. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Dynarang. Dynarang votes for Big Bertha Bubblethorn. Double Trouble 2 votes for Barrel Blaster. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Zulu. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Evolved Golden Queen votes for Whirlwind Free. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Evolved Golden Queen. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Kingpen votes for Rune Slider. Legendary Bouncer votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Double Trouble 2. Mystic Cat votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Mystic Starstrike votes for Thumpback. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Rune Slider votes for Swarm. Sky Scramble votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Smolder Dash votes for Whirlwind Free. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Terrafin. Swarm votes for Zulu. Terrafin votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Thump Truck votes for Evolved Golden Queen. Thumpback votes for Dynarang. Tri-Tip votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Thump Truck. Whirlwind votes for Evolved Cuckoo Clocker. Zulu votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Evolved Golden Queen. Volcanic Eruptor. Evolved Golden Queen. I was right. Golden Queen is the killer. On to Chapter 9. Barrel Blaster and Swarm. Big Bertha Bubblefawn votes for Thump Truck. Thump Back. Blastertron votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Kingpin. Dino-Rang votes for Rune Slider. Double Trouble votes for Whirlwind. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Blastertron. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Mr. Cat. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Kingpin votes for Sky Scrambler. Legendary Bouncer votes for Kingpin. Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Mr. Cat votes for Kingpin. Mystic Starstrike votes for Rune Slider. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Smolder Dash. Rune Slider votes for Terrafin. Sky Scrambler votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Smolder Dash votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Terrafin. Terrafin votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Thump Truck votes for Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper. Thump Back votes for Tri-Tip. Tri-Tip votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Zulu. Whirlwind votes for Kingpin. Zulu votes for Thump Truck. And the killer is Kingpin. Well, on to Chapter 10. Dino-Rang. Big Bertha Bubblefawn votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Blastertron votes for Tri-Tip. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Mystic Starstrike. Double Trouble 2 votes for Mr. Cat. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Blastertron. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Thump Truck. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Thump Back. Evolved Wolfgang votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Smolder Dash. Legendary Bouncer votes for Whirlwind Free. Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Mr. Cat votes for Legendary Bouncer. Mystic Starstrike votes for Rune Slider. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Legendary Bouncer. Rune Slider votes for Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Sky Scrambler votes for Whirlwind Free. Smolder Dash votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Mystic Starstrike. Terrafin Free votes for Thump Back. Thump Truck votes for Whirlwind Free. Thump Back votes for Zulu. Tri-Tip votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Volcanic Eruptor votes for High Noon. Whirlwind votes for High Noon. Zulu votes for Mystic Starstrike. And the killer, High Noon Trigger Happy, Mystic Starstrike, Whirlwind Free. Whirlwind. Mystic Starstrike. I liked all three of those. On to Chapter 11. Thump Truck and Terrafin Free. Big Bertha Bubblefawn votes for Evolved Cuckoo Clocker. Blastertron votes for Mr. Cat. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Double Trouble votes for Evolved Cuckoo Clocker. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker votes for Tri-Tip. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Smolder Dash. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Blastertron. Legendary Bouncer votes for Double Trouble. Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Mr. Cat votes for Zulu. Nitro Stealth Stinger votes for Legendary Bouncer. Rune Slider votes for Sky Scrambler. Sky Scrambler votes for Zulu. Smolder Dash votes for Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Nitro Stealth Stinger. Thump Back votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Tri-Tip votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Mr. Cat. Whirlwind Free votes for Evolved Cuckoo Clocker. And Zulu votes for Evolved Rage Mage. The tie... Evolved Cuckoo Clocker and Nitro Stealth Stinger. I don't really care. I'm going to say Stealth Stinger. Stealth Stinger! On to Chapter 12. Evolved Cuckoo Clocker and Big Bertha Bubblefawn. Blastertron votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Double Trouble votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Sky Scrambler. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Tri-Tip. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Sky Scrambler. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper. Legendary Bouncer votes for Double Trouble 2. Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper votes for Rune Slider. Mr. Cat votes for Tri-Tip. Rune Slider votes for Mr. Cat. Sky Scrambler votes for Mr. Cat. Smolder Dash votes for Sky Scrambler. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Sky Scrambler. Thump Back votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Tri-Tip votes for Double Trouble 2. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Smolder Dash. Whirlwind Free votes for Mr. Cat. Zulu votes for Whirlwind Free. It's Sky Scrambler. They are killed. They are executed. On to Chapter 13. Rune Slider. Blastertron votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Blastertron. Double Trouble votes for Zulu. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Double Trouble 2. Evolved Rage Mage votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Whirlwind Free. Legendary Bouncer votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper votes for Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat votes for Tri-Tip. Smolder Dash votes for Legendary Lycore Grim Creeper. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Mr. Cat. Thump Back votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Tri-Tip votes for Smolder Dash. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Whirlwind Free votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Zulu votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Evolved Fisticuffs, Evolved Rage Mage, High Noon Trigger Happy, and Mr. Cat. Evolved Rage Mage? Mr. Cat. On to Chapter 14. Legendary Bouncer. Blastertron votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Double Trouble 2 votes for Whirlwind. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Double Trouble. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Zulu. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Smolder Dash. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Smolder Dash votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Double Trouble. Thumpback votes for Blastertron. Tri-Tip votes for Whirlwind Free. Volcanic Eruptor votes for High Noon Trigger Happy. Whirlwind votes for Tri-Tip. Zulu votes for Thumpback. Double Trouble. Evolved Rage Mage, High Noon Trigger Happy, and Whirlwind. I feel like these three were just here. Evolved Rage Mage. Whirlwind. On to Chapter 15. Zulu and Thumpback. Blastertron votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Double Trouble 2. Double Trouble 2 votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Evolved Fisticuffs votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Volcanic Eruptor. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Tri-Tip. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Evolved Fisticuffs. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Double Trouble 2. Smolder Dash votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Tri-Tip votes for Smolder Dash. Volcanic Eruptor votes for Blastertron. Double Trouble, Evolved Fisticuffs, Supercharged Sea Shadow, and Volcanic Eruptor. Supercharged Sea Shadow. Volcanic Eruptor. On to Chapter 16. Evolved Fisticuffs. Blastertron votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Tri-Tip. Double Trouble 2 votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Blastertron. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Blastertron. High Noon Trigger Happy votes for Evolved Rage Mage. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Smolder Dash votes for Double Trouble. Supercharged Sea Shadow votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Tri-Tip votes for Supercharged Sea Shadow. Supercharged Sea Shadow receives the most votes via the killer and is executed. On to Chapter 17. High Noon Trigger Happy. Blastertron votes for Double Trouble 2. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Double Trouble 2 votes for Dark Slobbertooth. Evolved Rage Mage votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper votes for Double Trouble 2. Smolder Dash votes for Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. Tri-Tip votes for Rage Mage. Legendary Lightcore Grim Creeper. That was such a pain to say. He's been executed. On to Chapter 18. And before I press proceed, I am pretty sure this will be the final chapter. Tri-Tip and Evolved Rage Mage. Final 5. Is it going to be Blastertron, Dark Slobbertooth, Double Trouble, Evolved Wolfgang, or Smolder Dash? Blastertron votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Dark Slobbertooth votes for Smolder Dash. Double Trouble 2 votes for Evolved Wolfgang. Evolved Wolfgang votes for Blastertron. 2 for Wolfgang. 2 for Wolfgang, 1 for Smolder Dash, 1 for Blastertron. So unless Smolder Dash or Blastertron gets another vote, Wolfgang's gone. Dark Slobbertooth. Wolfgang. He has been killed. Everyone else escapes alive. Blastertron, Dark Slobbertooth, Double Trouble, Smolder Dash are the 4 survivors. The Skyfusions Killing Game, Chapter 4. Here is a quick summary. And thank you for watching. And I am never doing what I did with that wheel ever again.